mess with us and you just might get triggered. This is why we are feeling like we want all your money. This is our letter to you, and don't you dare try to fool us, cause you just might get played and just might even get triggered. Oh, it's making sense now we're going global. Now if you decide to make Ram Jams hate you, then you just might get triggered. That's right, we want all of your money on Ram Jams Live, playing guitars, and all of you trolls can get the middle finger. We are as free as the bird, giving our video dislikes. Does it look like we give a damn? We are the creators and stamina beastly, and we are feeling so aggravated the moment you open your mouth. Say something negative if we are on tour with my brother Rant. Seeking for talent, then you could probably take the chance of being the winner inside of a contest. Wrecking this beat, you know that I'm walking with tech-native beats. Salute to my brother, and we are killing it now. The ultimate power of domination is about to erupt. Oh, are the Rant Jams trolls getting jealous? Hate all you want, but it still doesn't change the fact that you are feeling triggered. If you mess with us, and you just might get triggered. This is why we are feeling like we want all your money. This is our letter to you, and don't you dare try to fool us, cause you just might get played and just might even.
Aha, what's up everybody? Yes, and we are back live, talking some shit, pissing off some people, and well, quite frankly, really, we just don't give a fuck, because I don't do what the fuck I'm told. I don't do what the fuck is legal. I don't do what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I do what the fuck I want, as everybody else should. I'm living my life. I don't know how to live your life. I don't know how to live you. I don't know how to be you. I don't want to be like you. I want to be me. And the only way I know how to do that is to be me. That being said, I've been thinking, I've had a lot of food for thought recently. Oftentimes, how many times have we heard alcoholism referred to as a sickness, an illness? How many times have we heard drug addiction referred to as an illness? This just doesn't make no fucking sense. How can it be an illness? When if I'm outside and somebody's beside me walks up beside me who's sick and coughs on me, and now I get sick, that's an illness. I didn't do nothing wrong. They just they coughed on me. Now, if I actively, willfully make a determination that I want to do something that at some point serves as a detriment to my, or diminishes otherwise my quality of life, that's a choice that I've made. I'm not sick. I did that. I made that decision. I made that choice. Oh, sorry about that, dropping stuff. Now, what's got me on this topic is because I guess I've been pissing off some of the local degenerate drug culture. You see, addicts like to use their perceived illness as a fucking excuse. They like to use it as a crutch. They like to say, well, I'm a piece of shit, but it's acceptable. I can live with my guilt because I'm sick. I'm not really a piece of shit. I'm just sick. It's an illness, Bullshit. They use this as an excuse. Rather than, you want to get high, fine, fuck it, get high. But when your drugs and your choices with your drugs start affecting your ability to maintain at least a livable quality of life, you're fucking up. And that's your fault. Entirely your fault. And you own all of the accountability and all of the responsibility for that fuck up. But they don't like to hear that. Because that, that makes the guilty conscience kick in. They start feeling bad. Well, I'm sick. You can't call me a piece of shit. I'm not a piece of shit. I'm sick. Yeah. And it's sad, too, because it is their fault. They've made this choice. I think about all of this because I can only deduce that some of the problems that I've experienced as of late are the indirect result of bringing some of the weak-minded fucks around me and their ill-mannered behaviors to light. You know, it's like if you were in the inner city at nighttime and you flip on a light and you see all the cockroaches scurrying and shit. That's what it reminds me of. I'm going to send some of these out on Google Hangouts right quick, so bear with me, folks. I'm going to try to see if I can get some, I've got to make sure I had a certain list that I was supposed to get this video, this live today out to, and I need to do that while I'm still alive. That way, if there are any questions, concerns, comments, or anything that needs to be addressed live, we can take care of that. You know, because, I mean, transparency is good. You know, lay the fucking cards on the table. Be about your fucking shit. Own it. You want to talk some shit? Own it. Stand behind your fucking words. You want to go out here and you want to do deeds, whether they're good, bad, or otherwise? Own them motherfuckers. Be accountable. Be responsible for the person that you are. Stop trying to manipulate and dictate the world around you. Instead, worry about your own fucking ass. And if you got a problem with somebody or something, then fucking address it directly. But to be all fucking underhanded and go behind their back with this he said, she said bullshit. To go behind their back and fuck up their personal property. Go behind their back and attack their quality of life. Go behind their back and kill their animals. That's just fucking, that's repulsive. That's repulsive. You know, and that's the type of mentality and the types of actions that are just, they're not tolerable. They're not tolerable. And I've been experiencing a lot of that lately, and shit, it should be addressed. I mean, we shouldn't just keep putting up with the shit. Should not just keep putting up with it. Some weak-minded fucks have been given an excuse that they use entirely too much. The problem isn't me. The problem with my ill-mannered behavior is because I'm sick. I get high, so that makes me sick. And since I'm sick, I get to use it as an excuse to fuck up my entire world. And everybody else's world, which is in, either directly or indirectly, in association with my world. That's just fucked up. If it were true, if there were truth to that, then everybody in a similar circumstance would do the same thing. I, however, don't. And it pisses them the fuck off. Because the bare sight of me, my existence, completely exposes their bullshit excuse for what it truly is. A bullshit fucking excuse. This is in reference to those that I'm speaking directly to. They know who they are. And for the rest of you, everything I'm saying is it is truthful. It does come from the heart. And hey, look here. If you don't like my fucking perception, turn your fucking YouTube to a different channel. Because frankly, I just don't give a fuck. I'm not here to do you. I'm not here to support you. I'm not here to fucking entertain you. I'm not here for none of that shit. I'm me doing me. And I hope that you are doing you. Fucking pussyfooting around the real thing is a problem. Telling the truth should be acceptable. But when we start attacking the truth, what's really going on? What the fuck is really wrong with that picture? When loyalty is discouraged, what the fuck is wrong with that picture? And when we make fucking exemptions for those whose moral compass is so fucked up that they can't even fucking function in everyday society, and we make exemptions for them. We make toleration for them. We're going to tolerate that. We're going to go. We don't like it, but they're sick. We're just going to go along with it because they're sick. Or does that get us? Does it get us going forward? Sick. The motherfuckers ain't sick. They're fucking weak. There is a difference between being mentally, physically, spiritually weak and lazy and being sick. You see, here's the difference. When you're sick, it is not of your choice. But when you are inferior, when you are a subspecies, it is because of your choice, either directly or indirectly. Now, you might not like that. That might make you uncomfortable. That might make you feel fucking bad. You might feel guilty. Well, you know what? You should. Maybe you should get some fucking backbone and fucking bring yourself up out of that. Pull yourself up. You want to get out here and go out here and fucking get high as fuck. But getting high as fuck does not excuse you to steal from somebody. You don't get to just steal from somebody and say, well, it's because I get high. You know I'm an addict, and that's what addicts do. Because then you see someone like me, what do? Did I steal from you? No. I'm the motherfucker that's going to stand there, that's going to get high while you steal from me. And when you get done stealing from me, I'm going to give you half of what I have left that you haven't stolen and wait on you to steal from me tomorrow. Another example. Do you share with others? Oh no, I'm an addict. I gotta hide all my dope. I gotta be real secretive, cause addicts are stingy people and they don't share with others. No, you're fucking petty. You're pathetic. Hell, I'll have let's say I'll have a gram, X being the substance. I'll have a gram of it. Y, fuck all that. Let's make it simple. If I had a gram of a substance, I would probably give away 3/4 of that gram. The problems come from the fact that you're trying to use excuses to be weak. And none of your excuses are valid. And you don't like it. It pisses you off. I'm making the obvious more transparent, and that is making your conscience go to shit, and it's pissing you off. That's good. That's what you need to do. You need to get mad, you mentally, physically weak-minded motherfuckers. Get real mad. Because if you get mad enough, you need to do something about it. The problem isn't me. The problem isn't drugs. The problem isn't the world around you. The problem's looking itself in the fucking mirror all the fucking time. If you're getting a fucking disability, chick, and you're goddamn running the roads to the point that you're burning up 100 miles a week, 200 miles a week on your vehicle, and you get a check on the first, and on the third, you're begging a motherfucker for something to eat, you're bumming a cigarette off a motherfucker, then obviously you're doing something fucking wrong. Now, am I wrong for saying so? No. Because you asked me for a cigarette, so fuck you. I'm entitled to point out your inadequacies. See, your inadequacies are your business. You're correct with that observation. However, when you involve the world around you in your bullshit, then you make it the responsibility and the obligations of others to have to deal with your bullshit. And if we have to deal with your bullshit, we are entitled to call you out on your bullshit. The problem isn't us, the problem's you. If your bullshit wasn't so in our fucking face, then maybe we wouldn't call you on it. Does it make you mad if I sit there and you steal from me, and I turn around and watch you steal from me and still sit there and get high with you, and you're not able to get under my skin? Does that bother you? Does it bother you if I get high and maybe I still have lights on? Does it bother you that if I get high but yet I'm still able to work 12 or 14 hour days? It probably does, huh? Because you're fucking lazy and you do nothing for yourself, you do nothing for the world around you, and you expect everybody in society to feel sorry for your poor fucking pathetic ass. I'm so fucking sick and tired of people being attacked for doing the right thing. People being attacked for saying the right thing. Yeah. So to give everyone an example, we are going to protect anonymity here, people, so I'm not going to list details. But look, let's say a job needs to be done. And let's say addict number 1, he does the job. She does the job if they're paid in a drug of their choice. Let's say addict number 2 says, I'll do the job regardless of whether or not I'm paid. Because it's the right thing to do. Which addict has a properly functioning moral compass? And which addict is just a piece of shit? And you know, what's that old adage, folks? If you lay with dogs, you get fleas. I think that oftentimes what pisses them off the most is that they have nothing to offer me. Nothing at all. Nothing. Because you know what? I can take it or leave it at any time. Anything, whether it's alcohol, whether it's cannabis, crack, heroin, cocaine, PCP, hallucinogens, pills. It doesn't matter what the substance is. I can take or leave any of them at any given time. I can find or not find any of them at any given time. You know, it's just like the plants. You know, it's funny. Every motherfucker, most people that I know smoke cannabis. Right? And I'm thinking, it makes sense. You smoke the fucking shit. Then you bitch that you can't afford to buy it. Why don't you grow it? Oh, their fear, their personal fear prevents them from growing it. So they won't put in the work. They won't do the labor. But yet will have the fucking audacity to come to some righteous motherfucker like me that put in his time, that put in his due diligence, that did the research, that made the effort, and want something that I've done. What the fuck entitles you to anything? How the fuck would you get something from me? And you're not even, and then you ask them, well, hey, why don't you grow your own shit? Oh, I can't. I'm scared. That's a pathetic fucking excuse. I am living proof that that's a pathetic fucking excuse. You won't grow it, but yet you expect those of us that put in our work and put in our efforts and put in our times to make something possible to feel sorry and give it to your fucking dumbasses. And what did you do for us in return? What? Are we smoking your dope? Are we using your couch? Are we smoking your cigarettes? Are we spending your money? And at the end of the day, when all the dust settles, and you're sitting there fucking laid back, making up excuses for being fucking weak, what are we doing? We're getting ready to go out and go to work tomorrow. And if that makes you feel guilty, well, I'm fucking glad as hell. You need to feel guilty. But lashing out at me doesn't change. It doesn't take the responsibility off your own head. When your vices are getting the better of you, and you're standing to potentially lose love, potentially lose family, potentially lose friendship, potentially lose freedom, then your first obligation, your first responsibility should be to maintain status quo. Not fucking make the changes that are required to maintain status quo, but do not sit there and lash out at the examples that have been set for you on how to conduct yourself. You know that whole saying, be the change you want to see in the world? That's why yesterday, that's why any other day, it doesn't matter how much I get high, it doesn't matter how much I fucking drink, I gotta water my plants. I gotta take care of my chickens. I gotta work 15 fucking hours a day, usually every fucking day, regardless of how high or drunk I get. And others get high or drunk, let their shit go to hell, and then think the world should just accept the excuse, oh, I'm an addict, it's what addicts do. And people are tired of hearing it. People are sick and fucking tired of you weak fucks stinking up the joint. And that's why, for those of you listening that might not be privy to what's been going on, some local degenerates, mostly locals, and not all of them have been local, but mostly local, have recently been attacking my personal property and personal property that's in my care, and they're doing it for no other reason than pure spite. I'm making them look bad. They're sitting there looking for handouts. They're doing the whole crumb snatching thing. Let me see. Give me a bunch of dope, and I'm going to do very little in return. And I walk up to them and I say, hey, I'm going to do all your work for you, and I don't want none of your dope. And it's making them look bad, and they're attacking me for it. And it's weak. It's but I'm doing the right thing, and I feel comfortable and with the fact that these motherfuckers thinking that they can get free rides, we're enabling them. I don't get a free ride. Why these motherfuckers get a free ride? And I'm gonna keep on keeping on, steadily grinding. Yeah. I've been out in the heat today. I've been out in the heat yesterday. I'm out in the heat every day. These motherfuckers are sitting in some air conditioning somebody else is paying for. Sitting on somebody else's couch. Using somebody else's microwave. It's not right. It's not right. They don't have to maintain, but everybody else does. I'm going to keep making them look bad because they're shit. They need to get mad and they need to do something about it. Meaning, they need to make the necessary changes in their own personal lives. Take a look in the fucking mirror and they'll realize that I am not who they've got a problem with. It's their self. And attacking me because they're mad at their self is not the answer. You want me as your friend. You don't want me as your enemy. I've always been a very much better friend than an enemy. And I feel, it's important that all of these words get out, Why can't we have open dialogue, We wonder why our government's fucked up. We wonder why our social system in general is crippled. We wonder why the world's falling apart, We can't ever have open dialogue. Why can't we just talk? You know, one of the people in specifically that I'm speaking about, this crazy psychopath piece of shit parasite, I even asked them one time, I said, can you sit down here and talk to me? And they ran and picked up a brick or some shit, or a rock. It makes you feel that fucking guilty to hear the truth? That you want to come at me with a rock? You evil motherfucker. You couldn't even hit me with the rock if you tried. They threatened my life yesterday. It was funny. It was actually comical. But if not for fear that they were in the process of damaging a friend of mine's property, so I thought it was in best interest of my friend and all involved if I let him know, and fuck, man, that made it 10 times worse. Anyway, it's crazy though, the lack of rational thought exhibited by these people. I mean, it's like they're deranged. And they can't even use the dope as an excuse because, hey, I'll be doing this shit right there with them. How is it that they're acting all fucking psycho and shit? And I'm sitting here level-headed. Hey, come on now. Put your head on. We got to think about this. And other than to try to maintain an open dialogue, I don't even know what more I can do for them. I've given them everything that they haven't. They've stolen mostly everything I have. What they haven't stolen, I've freely given them. I've tried to mentor to them multiple occasions as best I can. Being in the trenches sucks, folks. It does. But I'm trying to do just that. I want to be that change that I want to see in the world. And I love you all, every one of you. My enemies that might be listening right now, my friends, people in government, people in the church, people in the world, people in society in general. I love you all. Hey, I'm a piece of shit too, but I'm at least willing to admit that. I'm at least willing to try to make efforts every day. You know, because when you go out here, the problem that people don't get is it's not that you shouldn't be compensated. It's not that you don't deserve to be compensated for the actions that you do in life. You do. But when you do what's right because you are seeking gain, you'll never get it. It'll always fuck up. But when you do what is right just because it's the right thing to do, that's where stuff like that saying, what goes around comes around. I mean, I got fed lunch, right? I ate. Anyway, I got a big old sandwich, man. I was sitting there, I had food. I wasn't really hungry, right? But I was hot, and I was sitting there, and I drank a little bit of water, and it's been real hot here, folks. So I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, man, my stomach is just fucked up feeling. Because I had eaten some fruit, and the only thing I could deduce was that I was so hot that I needed more substance, and the fruit wasn't giving me enough nourishment, and I don't know. And I'm just sitting there thinking, man, why do I feel so bad? But I don't really know what's going on. I just feel bad. And about that time, it was like magic, folks. This is how what goes around comes around works. Somebody randomly give me one of the best sandwiches I've had in a month. It's crazy, right? So then anyway, look here. Here I go. I'm going back to work. And by this time, I have more bad luck. I had used some of that fucking that shoe goo shit to glue my shoe, and that stuff ain't worth a damn. Don't buy it. But anyway, it gave out on me. So the front bottom of my shoe kept flapping, and it was tripping me. I mean, 3, 4, 5 times this tripped me up. All of a sudden, magic. Here again, folks, this is how the world works. It goes around, comes around. Hey! I got them shoes. I got some of them. Here you go. Give me a pair of shoes. He didn't ask for a fucking thing. And I was in a position that I needed them, while at the same time I was in a position where they were afforded to me. For that to work out, think of all the variables, folks. Why did I happen to be at that precise spot at that precise time? How did they just so happen to have that precise size at that precise time? It's what goes around comes around. You've got to do what is right, not because you're going to gain something. You can't do anything with regards to what you will ultimately gain. You do what's right because it's the right thing. And if you do that, if you have just a little bit of faith, things do work out. And when we, and I've done it too, you know, I've been weak and went out and thought of ways to get over and tried to get over. That's the failure. That's what fucks you up, is when you go out here seeking to gain, seeking to profiteer, or whatever you want to call it. I find that the cosmos, the universe, good, evil, heaven, hell, whatever, works in such a way that you're provided for based on what you provide. I don't really know how to explain that in a way that makes good sense. What I will say is I do get the short end of the stick a lot. However, I don't ever do without anything. Nothing. No matter how big or how small, I don't do without. And it's like it's balance. It's equality. And I try to not just let the lifestyle that I live, the life that I live, explain and be the example of what I'm telling you. I also try to encourage and somewhat coach others on how to live the same. And you take a lot of flack for it, folks. The truth hurts people and they really lash out. And you know, but all that aside, even my worst enemy, if my worst enemy were to knock at my door today, right now, and say they were hungry and needed a cigarette, I'd bring them in, I'd tell them to take a shower, I'd feed them, I'd let them smoke half my cigarettes. Not because they're going to give me anything, because they probably wouldn't. But because I would hope that they would do the same. And the only thing that can allow that hope to stay alive is by me keeping it alive and doing that. And that's what you try to do. And we take it one day at a time. I'm going to keep this brief. Matter of fact, I am going to end this stream now. I just had to get this off my chest. A lot of what I thought were dear friends to me lately, I guess I just don't matter. And it's kind of hurtful. I mean, I'm always alone, and it just sucks when I'm put right back in that same position where, you know, hey, we all hate you. We were just pretending like we liked you to use you, and it don't have to be this way. Is all I'm saying. It don't have to be like that, you know. But until next time, folks, try to be productive. Try to love one another. Try to find the good. Try to be the change that you want to see. And change is definitely always possible. You just got to make it happen. Get out there, folks. Be productive. Do stuff. Grow stuff. Share what you grow. And namaste. And on behalf of Volunteer Agriculture, True Living Organic Farms, on behalf of all True Patriot endeavors, on behalf of #CC2Arms, later, folks.